in 2019, what does a good person look like on the internet? Like, what does doing good look like in our industry?
Sure. So, okay. So what does a good person in the industry look like in 2019? Well, obviously that's very subjective, but I was hugely suckered into call-out culture. I loved it. I mean, I think that's part of the reason, our altercation happened, was that you were like, hey, this guy's gone nuts with calling out. I need to distance myself from him, which was valid. I just became hooked on that idea of like, I will become the best person by beating everyone else down. And that's not a good person thing to do. I think it is valid to call out injustice, but I think it's far more effective to call out the act, the sin, not the sinner. Because when you focus on the individual, it starts a war and it gives that person more press, and it just gets muddy so fast. So I think a good person on the internet in 2019 is someone that does what they believe in. Instead of focusing on why someone else doing something is bad, they just do the opposite as loud as they can. And that's, I think, partially the best you can do.
Hello! Hey Pasping, how's it going? It has been a very long day. It feels like I'm having a lot of those lately, but it is worth it and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better than you feel. Before we go any further, I want you to promise to cut out the coffee just for a little while. Take a break. Take a few days off just to prove that you can. Just to prove that you can, okay? Then, when you're ready, you can reintroduce it into your diet in a more viable and sustainable way. Can you do that for me? Can you do that for us? Today I was teaching, so I spent some time this morning working on my lecture material, then I head on into North Greenwich for work. Prep check, NASA X Vans, and spacesuit orange. Sometimes when life is exciting, I like to play boring games to balance it out. That big building there with all the holes in it, that's where I teach. That giant hideous tent right next to it, that's the Millennium Dome. They told us it would be a temporary structure. Only up for a year, they said, to celebrate the Y2K. Oh, it'll only be up for a year. It's a temporary exhibition space. Don't worry about it. We'll take it down again. We definitely won't leave it up for 18 years. Obliterating the London skyline and personally my view from the window of my office. I hate this horrible building. Ugh, it's disgusting. What is that? Mold? It's gross. And it's freezing. It's colder on the inside than on the outside. How does it work? I don't understand the physics. This architecture here, that's fine if you're in America and it's warm and it's outside. Outdoor mall, totally fine. Indoors, under a tent in the freezing cold, doesn't really work. Reasons I hate the O2. It's cold, it's dim, it's loud, even when it's empty. It's a giant obscene cathedral to consumerism. But hey, it has a Nando's. Fun fact, the Millennium Dome is one of the highest risk European landmarks for terrorist attack. Now, I really don't want anyone to get hurt. And obviously, I hope all of these businesses have insurance. But I really wouldn't mind if somebody blew it up. If you're listening, I'm sorry. Please. I like the sushi. I like having sushi for lunch. Please don't ban me. It has been non-stop for me since the beginning of PBFB 2019, and I wanted to take a moment to just slow down and just talk a little bit and respond to some comments and talk about what's going on. I'm not looking for pity and I'm not looking for kudos. I did this to myself, but right now I am making this series. I am running the Kickstarter. I am mixing and mastering the last few tracks on the album. I'm teaching on 2 units this term and grading. Well, I just finished grading. I'm helping Matt with Edswell. I'm editing for Sean Hanna. I'm editing for you. I gotta organize the future interviews. Get all those people on the red backdrop and bring them back and do it on a blue backdrop. And somewhere along the line, I entered some kind of fugue state and woke up having put a deposit down on a new flat. By this time next month, Pasping, I will be in a new flat. I have to pack all of this up. I have to take my bed apart, and I have to get boxes, and I have to put all of this in said boxes. I haven't even finished Mass Effect 2. You know how long that game's been out? And I can't find enough time to finish it. The glorious adventures of Lycra Shepherd, trigger-happy pansexual Wonder Queen, will remain forever on pause until I can get out of this very, very busy patch. But like I said, I did this to myself. I'm handling things one baby step at a time. To-do list after to-do list. Burn a little midnight oil here, make up for it with porridge and dancing. So I wanted to just take a moment to respond to some comments and questions and things. You all have been amazingly supportive so far. The comments, the views, the shares, the tweets, the retweets, both for episodes of PBFB 2019 and for the Kickstarter, have been phenomenal. I am blown away. I find it hard to put into words how much it means and still sound like I'm being genuine, but it's amazing. It's so cool to see people coming out in support of this series, especially since it's been so long since the original. I saw a couple questions on the Discord about the board game. Yes, we finished it. Yes, we passed. Beatrice and I both got very good grades for that unit. Thank you for asking. I went to work today with the intention of getting it out of my locker and bringing it home. This is me finding it in my locker, and this is me hours later having forgotten it on my desk. Which isn't even my desk, it's hot desking, which means that it's really everyone's desk, which means, for all I know, Judy's got it. In fact, I finished the PG Cert course as of last term. I handed in the last submission that was needed, and I believe I have passed, although I don't have my exact grade yet, back from my tutor. So you're looking at a bona fide postgraduate certificate in higher education holding son of a gun. That's me. Since the launch of PBFB, I've been inundated with tweets and comments. I've been trying to read all of them, but it's becoming a bit of a full-time job keeping up with it all. I'd like to shout out everyone who has backed the Kickstarter so far, particularly those who have gone above and beyond with the limited or really high-end perks. People like Cassandra, Jack, Sandra, Stacy, Davey, Francis, David, Clayton, Sniffy, Abio, Ben. You're all amazing. The rest of you know who you are. Big love to Matt, who not only backed the Kickstarter, but ordered a Life is Weird t-shirt from the old Spreadshirt. I didn't even know they were still running, but apparently you can still get PBFB t-shirts on Spreadshirt. I will leave them up. He ordered one, it arrived on the 22nd, he took a picture of it. It looks superb. Also, the feedback on my new single Mama Coco has been phenomenal so far. Thank you to everyone who has bought it on iTunes or Bandcamp or streamed it, playlisted it, saved it on Spotify. Ooh, I'm getting a call from Tom Mason. Hey Tom Mason, what's up? What's that? You sound like you've fallen down some stairs. Are you okay?
I haven't fallen down any stairs. If anything, I've climbed stairs.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going up. I've gone up them successfully.
Do you mind being parts of this phone call being in the video?
No, go for it. I feel
Sweet.
like
Sweet.
I feel like that comes with the territory of being friends with Christopher Bingham.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, so...
You just become part of a project of some description.
Yeah, I knew there was something I was forgetting earlier. Making new comedy with Tom Mason.
Hello.
So let's talk budgets, right? This insurance provider won't protect us against terrorism, nuclear risks, war, sonic bangs. So if our shoot is disrupted by an act of terrorism, or God forbid, nuclear war,
We're not insured.
we're not getting our money back.
Well, then we better call the whole thing off.
Fuck it then, this is too risky. Well, I'm teaching on the Thursday. And I'm going to write drinks with Mason.
Oh, yeah.
Drinks. And I'm going to put a little cool little sticker next to your name.
Oh, well, isn't that a treat?
I'm going to put a little
Double check.
smiley face.
I'll just double check that I don't have to work.
Well, too late if you do have to work because I've written it in pen, so. Where were we? I've forgotten. Feedback on Mama Coco has been absolutely phenomenal so far. Thank you to everyone who has playlisted it, saved it on Spotify, bought it on iTunes or Bandcamp. If you haven't listened to it yet, check down. There'll be some links. I'm also going to try and put together a lyric video over on my main channel sometime in the next week. It's a song that means a lot to me, and I'm glad that it seems to mean a lot to some of you guys. Also, damn, the response to the first Future Bing has been big. At time of recording my video, What Happened with Tom, Scar and Bing is at 84,368 views with 666 comments. And is it me, or did the internet get a lot softer? I was expecting a lot of very mean comments, and it's been nothing but love. McGlurg says, I'm so happy you guys reconnected. Abyss says, this brings closure I was hoping for the past 5 to 6 years. Justin Baker says, kiss, kiss, kiss. Fenix says, I like the bit where you're topless. The outpouring of love and support on this video alone in this one comment section has been truly remarkable. A testament to just how much that relationship affected not just the people in it, but the people watching us online. After a while, it gets a little overwhelming that there are so many people invested in this and who seem to have taken their own personal inspiration from it. There are more than 10 comments from different people saying that this video inspired them to go and reconnect or apologize to someone in their own life. That strikes me as being absolutely what PBFB is about. You know, that cliche that people roll out, like, if you can touch one life, if I can affect one life, if I can make a difference in one person's journey, then it's all worth it. I don't necessarily agree with that sentiment entirely, but seeing it happen, seeing it typed out right before my eyes, that's pretty powerful. So that's me right now, Future Bing, living in the present, taking it one step at a time, trying to treat my body a little bit better than you are, and feeling incredibly blessed to have so many lovely people watching me. I'll see you tomorrow, past Bing, and I will also see some more of your fantastic special guests.